Hey guys, I'm down at this job in Frankston. We've got the beautiful Frankston beach right there. This job is one of those jobs where you find that the mower doesn't really come in handy all that much. These are the sorts of jobs where you pretty much brush cut nearly the whole thing. I don't know if you can see, but it's almost impossible to do with a mower. So I thought I'd give you guys a bit of an idea of some of the odd jobs that you might face. You get to travel around everywhere and meet a whole bunch of new people, and you get to come to awesome places like this. I think I would have told you guys I like getting the edges back at all my customers' jobs. It's something that keeps me motivated to keep getting through the jobs as quickly as possible, and it gets me excited to go to work every day. So this is one of those jobs where the client has no intentions of ever paying an extra cost to be able to get the edges done all nice and neatly. And I'm the only person that actually wants them done nice and neatly. So this is where I do the bevel edge, and I'll slowly start bringing back the edges here. And it's definitely not going to happen over 1 visit, 2 visits, might not even happen within 5 or 6 visits, but eventually I will get it here. And this is one of the things that keeps me motivated and keeps me excited to be able to keep coming out and doing what I do. So as I said before, this job is mainly just brush cutting. We do the front only at this job. And as you can see, it is obviously a very weird job. So you'll see me do some side to side brush cutting. You'll see me do bevel edges, and you'll see me do, trim back the grass on this wall over here as well. Yeah. So I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a rundown, a bit of a quick rundown in a nutshell on how I built my business up. So as I said before, it really wasn't difficult. It was hard work, but it was a simple process. So what I had done was I had done a whole bunch of local area marketing in about a 15 kilometre proximity of my property, and I wanted to create as much demand in that area. So I'd come up with a whole bunch of different local area marketing tips and work through them to figure out what would work best and what didn't work so well. And what I'd done was I'd done this local area marketing, and I'd got my processes down right. So I figured out how to mow lawns, how to have the best quality, how to have good speed. And I had also figured out processes on how to quote. So I come up with an idea on a step-by-step process on exactly how to quote a job, and formulas included with it, so that I knew what the price should be at every job that I ever went and did. Now once I had that all down, I started building up this business, and I put on mowing rounds. And what a mowing round is essentially 80 regular clients that get their lawns mowed every 2 weeks. So that's a standard size mowing round. And the reason I say it's 80 regular clients to get their lawns done every 2 weeks instead of just saying 40 a week is because you want your customers to be every 2 weeks. You want it so that you're not cutting this much grass every time you go there. You should be cutting a good amount of grass, but not too much, so it's not going to take you too long. So you need to have those customers' frequencies at 2 weekly, or throughout winter, maybe 3 or 4 weekly, but nothing past that. I had 80 regulars that I would get done every 2 weeks, which is a mowing round. I built that up within about 6 months. The way that I did that was I brought on 3 new regular customers a week. That was it. So I brought on 3 new regular customers a week. Within 6 months, I had 80 regular clients. I was charging out at $2 per minute. So if I was at a job for 30 minutes, it was going to be a $60 job. If I was there for an hour, it's going to be $120. And 6 months went by, I had that first mowing round. I employed someone, I taught them how to mow, blow, brush cut, taught them how to deal with the customers and do the mowing round, and then I sent them on their way, and they went and did that mowing round for me. I went and continued to build up another mowing round and take on all the once-off work in between while I was building up that mowing round. And sure enough, within another 6 months, I had another mowing round ready to go with 80 regular clients that got done every 2 weeks. So 12 months in, I had 2 employees. I taught them both how to mow, blow, brush cut, and showed them the mowing rounds. They would make me on average about $3.5 grand a week each. So from doing a standard 40-hour week. 3 years in, I had 6 mowing rounds going because I just built them up every 6 months. I had 6 employees, obviously. They were all making me $3.5 grand each a week, and I was making over $20,000 every single week in sales. So that's in a nutshell how I built my business up. Now there's obviously there's more that goes into it than just that. It sounds a lot simpler when you say it that fast, but there is a fair bit that goes into, especially the marketing, creating demand, creating these processes, and taking responsibility for your employees and making sure you get the schedule right and the quality right. So there's a whole bunch that goes into it, but in a nutshell, that's how I did it. So if you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with your business or where you might be heading, maybe that's somewhere you want to head. So now I'm going to go around and just fix up any little spots that I missed. Yeah, this is one of those, as I said, weird jobs that you got to use the brush cutter all the time. I don't know if you can see, but I was able to get the edge back here. Not all the way back. It'll probably take me another 2 or 3 visits to get it all the way back, but I think you can see how effective that bevel edge is, just completely stripping back the dirt and grass and everything that was there. So now we're going to finish off and do a blow and clean it all up and make it all look nice and pretty for the customers. The customers specifically said that they wanted me to brush cut the whole thing and not to worry about doing the mowing. So that's what the customer wants, that's what the customer gets. The customer's always right. I'm a bit of a mess after doing that job. Grass is flicking everywhere. So I just wanted to touch on, so I won't go through my top 10 local area marketing tips, but I'll give you my favorite 3 of them. When you're creating demand for your business, so you're going to try and create as much demand in your local area as possible. You're going to try and absolutely dominate the market there. My favorite one is I love add-on sales. I absolutely love them. They're very, very easy to do, especially if you've already got them as a regular client. When you have them as a regular client, clients look at it and go, that's my gardener, that's my lawn mowing man. I'm gonna use him and help him out. When you give an add-on sale for an extra service to one of your regulars, 9 times out of 10 you win the job. The next one, networking. So networking with other contractors. So I'm from gyms obviously, so I call up all the different gyms franchisees in the local area. If I'm wanting more work, I call them up and I let them know. I say, hey mate, it's Dan, how are you? I'm looking for extra work. Is there anything you can help us out with? So I'll call up the local contractors. I'll even do that with independents as well. I'll do that with, now I'm obviously in lawn mowing, but I'll call people that do cleaning. I'll call people that are tree loppers. I'll call other gardeners and even people that dog washers. So I network like crazy with independents and other franchises and the gyms guys as well. I think that's a huge one that a lot of people miss. And tell them exactly what you're wanting. Tell them you're looking for work. It doesn't need to be an awkward conversation. That's the whole reason you're calling. I'm looking for work. Is there anything you can do to help us out? And the next thing, agencies. And this is something that not enough people do enough of, and it's huge. It's absolutely mental. The contractors that do know what I'm talking about know why I'm saying it. So the different agencies, I'll start off with the big one, NDIS. So if you can start getting support coordinators through NDIS, usually support coordinators look after between 20 to 50 different participants at a time. If you're getting really good with one support coordinator and really look after them, you've just potentially opened up the door to all their clients. So NDIS is huge. Mainly I stick with the plan managed stuff. That way, you don't need to worry about being registered with NDIS or anything like that because the plan manager is the middleman. We've then got, if you're in Victoria, TAC. If you're in the other states, I know that Queensland is NIISQ. But it's for people that get into an accident in their vehicle. It's the insurance scheme for vehicle accidents. So another one for other states is MAIC, Motor Accident Insurance Commission. So just take a look at that as well. So get signed up with them as a preferred provider. You've then got your Veteran Affairs, so Department of Veteran Affairs, and also Defence Housing Australia. So those two, call them up, get signed up as a preferred provider. They'll start sending you through work orders. Next two are probably a little bit more difficult. You've got Work Cover, which is a bunch of different agencies that look after that insurance. So you've got Allianz, you've got Gallagher Bassett, you've got a whole bunch of them. So you would call up each individual one, and it goes even further than that. Like Woolworths has their own one, Australia Post has their own one. So you'll call them all up, you'll let them know that you want to be registered with them, be a preferred provider, and they'll start sending you through work orders. So that's for people that get injured while they're at work. And then finally, you've then got aged care. The easiest way to get the aged care work is just to go on to myagedcare.com.au. That'll give you a list of all the aged care providers. You call them up all individually, let them know you're looking for work, sign up with them. It's that easy. So agencies, I cannot stress that enough. So they're my top 3 tips for any of you guys that want to know about local area marketing. You do those and you do them properly, you'll never need work again. Obviously, me being part of gyms, I take advantage of the leads within gyms. I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, I pay less than 10 grand a year for the franchise fees with gyms, and I can tell you right now that is the best investment I'll ever make. And I don't know anyone in gyms that doesn't benefit at least an extra 10 grand a year from being with the company. So you know, that's me. That's what I do. You don't have to do that. That's completely up to you. But that's obviously what I did. But those 3 local area marketing tips, if you do them and you do them right, you should be pretty set. And if you need more after that, as I said, I've got another 7 there ready to go.